Imagine a world where nobody fights, everybody understands each other. Imagine a world where everybody lives just fine. Does that sound impossible? All right, today is World Peace and Understanding Day. So 23rd of every February is World Peace and Understanding Day. So today we have to understand each other and tolerate each other and accommodate each other. That's by the way, I am Chibike. You're welcome. You can as well click the follow button and also share this video for others to be part of it. So in our events, today happens to be the one we are looking at. So now, the World Peace and Understanding Day is today, and it underscores the very much importance why we should allow peace to reign. In whatever we are doing in life, we should let peace be number one. How does peace come? Peace will always come when there is understanding. If you misunderstand another person, the person misunderstands you. That is where peace will run away, and that is when peace will disappear. For instance, let's start with individuals. There are several individuals who maybe one misunderstanding or the other has crept in. Because of that, none of them among the two or between the two talk to each other. So they will begin to separate themselves from they will begin to, avoid the other person. Sometimes some of these people stay in the same family, the same household, or maybe the same estate. But when they see the other person, they look the other way. It's because they don't have peace. The peace failed to come because understanding left. So when they are lacking understanding, they will lack peace. So in order to have peace, they need to have a kind of understanding. So that's why they should talk. Because if they shouldn't sit down and iron out their differences, they will not have understanding. For instance, if this person is always making noise, because this normally happens in Face Me or Face You Yard, the other person is making noise a lot, plays a high music, highs the volume, and the other person is not finding it funny because the other person happens to be a silent type, or maybe that's the particular time, but he does something most important, but the other person loves tuning it to the highest maximum volume. What do you think should happen? Should they have to, have issues with it, or go sit down and talk about it? So talking about it is the most important, how to solve it. So as we celebrate today, and as we know that today is what it is, the World Day of Peace and Understanding, let this person go to the other person, talk to that person, saying, I know that you enjoy playing this music like this, but please, at this very point in time, that is when, if you can help me, do not play it loud, because I use that time to read and mark the children scripts. Maybe this is a teacher in a secondary school or maybe in any institution. So I use it to sort out and mark their assignments and then their quiz and the rest of them. Do you know that the other person being reasonable will say, oh, I didn't know. Because of this, I'm going to adjust. He will adjust his time and begin to play the right time and avoid anything that will make him or her to encroach on the other person's precious time. So that is how it ought to be. Because most of the times, some people don't really want to have a conversation that will lead into that understanding that will finally lead to that peace. So what they do is they conclude in advance that this is how the person does it. And because of that, I do not have anything to say to him. I do not have anything to do with him. And that will be bringing misunderstanding, which will in turn lead to lack of peace. So that is when it happens to be between two persons. But aside this, there are other instances where peace is very important, but peace is not there because of mistakes made by one party or the other. In some communities, ordinary access road that would lead to a community or the other community would be a problem. The other will say, do not construct access road there. I do not want that because we are from different community and they are from the other community. So their road should not pass through our community. And you find out that the communities will be in as a bad situation because they will always have tension around them. And how do you think this can be solved? It can be solved through dialogue, through conversation, and sometimes in a very extreme cases, it is expected that there should be a mediator. Because some people, when they want to iron out their differences, even between two persons in an interpersonal communication, you find out that they begin to lose their cool. And when somebody loses the cool, the other loses his cool, that becomes chaotic. But if you want to solve it, at times you bring a go-between. A mediator will be able to be there to talk to them and say, this is it, this is that. Do you understand? Do you understand? So that is it. Then, if it happens to be communities, that's why I remember now, it is necessary to have a mediator, somebody who will be in between to talk about and say, oh, this is what is going on, but this is what we need to do. This person is wrong anyways, but we can amend it like this. So when that happens to be the case, you will find out that there will be a lasting solution. And that lasting solution will bring peace. I hope I'm communicating. So now, when we leave communities, let's now look at the world entirely, because everybody wants to be polarized. We want to be this way, we want to be that. But let me tell you, once you are able to see the other person as a human, there will be peace. So you have to see me as a human. I have to see you as a human. Everybody sees themselves as humans, then there will be peace. So world peace and understanding day, it's celebrated today, and it's being celebrated, and I'm celebrating it right now. We're celebrating it. And how do you celebrate it? You celebrate it by stepping out there to be a mediator. When you find out there are people who have not been on good terms, they have not been on good terms for a long time, I think it is time for you to ask questions. Some students in classroom would find out that these two persons aren't going through the same pathway because they have differences. Those students will decide to form teams. The other will have a team of this, the other will have a team of that. And that is what will eventually bring misunderstanding. But if anybody that wants to solve this, after listening to this, will have to go and become a mediator. Be a peacemaker. Whatever you're doing, be a peacemaker. In life, be a peacemaker. You will never regret it. So when they want to chase away peace, call back peace. Use subtle words, use calm words, use words that are suiting to the heart, because sometimes how you talk will determine whether there will be peace or not. You want to make peace, but you are going to call people out and shout at them, raise your voice at them, remind them of their ugly past, and the rest. You will not make peace. But if you want to make peace, first off, begin to ask the person to accept the fact that he is better than what he is presenting himself to be at this point. And from that moment, you will have gotten his heart or her heart. And from there, you begin to talk sense. And once you're able to inculcate sense into him or her, there will be peace. So you have to change the way you talk. How do you talk? What should have been the best way to talk? So these are very important. Is this the best way I could talk? Are there other ways I could talk that will make things easier? You will even see it in families. When somebody is maybe offended, the way he or she goes about it will determine whether there will be peace or not. Because if the person keeps lamenting it and the other persons keep nagging after it, then the lamentation and nagging joined together is going to be something else. Do you understand? All right, so we have to call it an end to this. But first of all, remember to like my video, share, and let others know about this. Thank you.